What's up everyone? So I have something super cool to show you. This is the new outrunner motor by Furitek, and I have to say a huge thank you to Tony Furitek for sending this motor in for us to try out. I also got the adapter that they'll be selling with it. Unfortunately, they didn't have the pinion and spur that it's supposed to go with this setup. So instead, I have the hot racing spur here that I used a little while ago to test the Surpass motor. And this is a standard 48 pitch 1/10 scale pinion. It happened to fit. It's a little off. I'm gonna have to put a little black tape on part of the motor shaft to line it up. But I think it'll work, and if it doesn't, it'll either be super loud or we'll destroy this. But I'm fully prepared for that. So as you can see, it fits and it feels like it'll work just fine. So yeah, I want to plug this in and show you what it can do. I'm not going to do a full install because unfortunately with as small as these are, it's really hard to film and show you exactly what's going on. So I'll explain what I had to do at the end. It does take a 1/10 scale screw. I'll measure this with my caliper and let you know what length this is at the end. But check out this control here. Give it just a little bit of throttle. That's pretty dang good. And then give it a little more. There's a spot where it goes from slow to relatively quick. Right there. You can see slow and then right about there. So yeah, I thought you'd want to see that. This should be a great motor. That control is just awesome. If my finger would quit twitching. So yeah, I'm going to install that and then I'll talk you through what I did to get this thing in there. And yeah, of course, we're going to have to test drive it. So I'll see you here in just a sec. So I wanted to quickly show you how you put this motor plate on. Basically, you undo these 4 screws that hold the stock motor plate on, and this one will just bolt in their place. As for this is your standard 3M 1/10 scale screw, only this one is 13.5 millimeter long. So you're going to need those screws to fit through this motor plate. As you can see, it's literally just enough. So yeah, I'll be right back and all this will be installed and ready to go on the... Okay, so I've got the motor installed. As you can see, it went together actually pretty easily. You do have to cut the ESC tray, and I wasn't too concerned about it moving or anything because you can see I have these Mofo RC suspension mounts. And what that does is it's actually bolted to the shock tower here so it can't move. And it works perfectly fine. Now, if you don't have that, you may have to trim this in a way that you can bend it down and still attach it. Sort of like a low center of gravity mod for like a battery tray. Only you couldn't put the battery here if you wanted to because this motor's in the way. Now, I haven't lowered the battery tray or nothing. I just kind of wrapped the wires around. The electronics are just sitting in there. When you put the body on, though, it holds it all in place, so I'm not too worried about them falling out. And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, pretty straightforward on mounting it. That is the Furitek Lizard ESC that I've been trying out. And I can't really say a whole lot more. Now, I did use a hot racing spur and a 1/10 scale 48 pitch 12T pinion. So it worked pretty well. I will show you the run video here in just a second. But the reason I had to go with that pinion and spur is because as of right now, Furitek doesn't have their pinions or spurs in stock, so we had to compromise. Although I did find a great alternative. So if you happen to already have a hot racing spur, you can just grab a 48 pitch pinion and it'll work. So yeah, let's power this puppy up and show you how it does. So before we get going, I'm sure you're curious what this sounds like. Here it is. as you can see, it sounds perfectly fine. So with the original hot racing Pinion, it was really loud on the surpass motor. I don't know why. No matter how I set the pinion mesh, it just sounded like that. So here's full speed. Now let's see what we can do with the slow speed control, because it can go pretty dang slow. But then there's that spot on the trigger where it just speeds up. So we're gonna try to go super slow. You can see it's doing it. There's still a little bit of a cog here and there, but it's sensorless, so there's not a ton you can really do about that. And this is a 14-pole motor. So far, I'm pretty impressed with it. It's got tons of power. It's just a little annoying that there's that gap in speed there. that's it for this video, everyone. I didn't talk a whole lot because I really wanted this brushless motor and ESC setup to really speak for itself, and for you all to decide if you like it. Honestly, the control is awesome, and it's got tons of power. Plenty of power to break something now. And yeah, I mean, as you can see, it just does great. So, as always, don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't. It really helps the channel out, and it's free. And hit that bell icon if you want to be notified of whenever I post, including on my community tab. And I'll talk to y'all in the next one. TTFN, everyone.